guys, it's Steph here. It is the beginning of May, so I thought I would do a May tour. My yard is far from perfect. It's gonna be a process, but I wanted to show you, especially those who have been following along, just an update of how things are looking, how much growth there has been. I've been so impressed with a lot of my shade plants. I planted a lot of new shade plants. I should do another video for that, but a lot of new plants in the ground. So let's walk around. I think it looks amazing. I'm really excited with the progress. It's this most beautiful day today, and so I couldn't help but get on here and share some of the updates. So I hope you enjoy this tour. I'll try to keep it simple. I'm not going to talk about the plants too much because it is a tour. I'll do that for another day. I'll just state what they are and kind of what the sunlight conditions are like, but things are starting to fill in, and so it's a work in progress. It takes a while to landscape an acre. It's far from where I want it to be, but I'm really happy with where it's at now. I'm learning patience, and I'm actually liking that it's taken a while because it just gives me something to look forward to every single year. Okay, so we'll start on the east side. Look at this Kwanzan cherry. It's over 30 years old. This is my favorite spring blooming tree. I love when the leaves start to come out with the blooms. That's my favorite. It's just draping so gracefully this year. I will have to prune these up a little bit. It's my neighbor's tree. I'm just so grateful for it because I enjoy it immensely. It does drop these petals, which I think is gorgeous, and that's about it. It doesn't have any fruit. It's absolutely breathtaking. This allium is not out yet, so a lot of things aren't out yet. I'll do a June tour when things are really popping, but this is a white allium. Planted it last year. It's just naturalized like crazy. Stayed green all winter long. I'm gonna be putting some blue totem spruces in here, and we've got the barberry. Haven't put them in the ground yet. Gonna plant 3 of these. This is the Concord Japanese barberry. Look at that color. It's got these cute little yellow flowers. I love the barberry. They come out earlier than any other shrub. They leaf out earlier, and you can kind of shear them back, keep them in control. And the deer just hate them. They're so pokey. And I've got some geranium right here. This is the Blue Johnson geranium. Obviously is not flowering yet. I planted them last year, and then I'm gonna put some rocks in here, so I'll keep you updated on that. But I just love geranium. It's one of my favorite ground covers. I'm gonna have a lot of that consistently throughout my yard. It's gonna fill in this whole area. I planted this Brigadone St. John's wort. It's kind of a semi-evergreen in my climate. It likes the shade, the part shade, so it might struggle here a little. It's gonna give me that nice bright color, and it's a woody ground cover. And then right here, some more of that Brigadone. It's just going through a little bit of transplant shock right here. And then, so I'll have 3 of the masses of those, and this will fill in this whole area. Another Brigadone. Look at my snowball viburnum. It's put on this much growth, probably 3 feet of growth in 1 year. It grows super fast, and it is about ready to pop. Look at all of those plumes. The snowball viburnum is super drought tolerant. It will withstand the toughest of conditions. Part shade, full sun. This will get sunlight in the afternoon, but I'm gonna let it get big. That's why I'm gonna have to prune these up a little bit and just probably make it a bit of a tree form. This is the Sarastro bellflower. I think I'm gonna Chelsea chop it right now, so the blooms come a little bit later and it stays a little bit shorter. So I've got some blues right here that are gonna pair with that blue. I want a lot of blue in the front edges of my flower bed so that it feels cohesive. Some humelo betony. So this is the juniper. It's looking a little sad right here because the deer raked it. They didn't eat it, they raked it. So you can see where there's a little hole, but they grow fairly quickly. This is the Blue Point juniper, so it will be fine. It's already putting in a ton of growth right here. I just love this, and it's just got a beautiful color all year long. Okay, we're now heading into the full sun area. I've got some beautiful grasses. I cannot remember the name of those. They're gonna get about 3 to 4 feet tall, 3 feet wide. But this is the Rudbeckia, the gold sturm Rudbeckia. And so that will come out in the late summer. I should really just focus on the stuff that looks good right now, huh? The alliums are starting to pop up. This is the Purple Sensation, which they're getting tall. Some of them are super tall. Oh my goodness, my roses are about ready to pop. maybe I'm doing this a little early, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like in early spring. Let me know if you guys want a June tour when everything is out and popping. And then I planted 2 more of these Claire Austin roses. I actually planted 14 bare root roses this year, so I will have 5 of them, huge mass of them. Not Claire Austin, Olivia Austin. They're a light pink, one of my favorite roses because they're so disease resistant, but the blooms are just breathtaking. They're your classic English style rose, and I haven't really dealt with any pests, no diseases, no powdery mildew. And so I've got some more of that Blue Johnson geranium, a huge mass, because I just love geranium and roses. Just the classic combination. My smoke bush, this is the purple smoke bush, starting to come out. Last year it didn't put on any growth, but they say after 2 to 3 years it just takes off like crazy. And that's absolutely gorgeous. And then I've got my blue globe spruce right here. Oh, look at this cute. This is the Weeping Norway spruce, the Froberg. Look at those cute cones. They're adorable. It's been getting plenty of moisture. That has got such a nice, cute shape, so much character. And then I just planted these Tiarella foamy bellflowers. They're for shady spots, for the woodland setting. Aren't these so cute? If you guys could smell these, they smell absolutely heavenly. One of the best smelling plants in my yard. And so they're gonna naturalize. Got them scattered throughout. Got to plant another tricolor beech right there. But they're low growing, so I wanted the tricolor beeches to be the focal point. But this is my favorite flower in the yard right now. Look at those interesting leaves and those veins. And so they like the shade. I've got some creeping woodland phlox that is very slow to take off, so it didn't really bloom very well this year. But it pairs really well with this foamy flower. Not much to see. And then over here, I've got some Limetta hydrangeas. I got to get one more to put right there. The fern, there's gonna be a massive fern right here. Fern take forever to come out. They are the slowest ones to start making an appearance. And I'm always worried that they didn't live, but they will. Oh, look, this one is starting to come out. So I'm just gonna let them fill in here with some hydrangea, which is gonna pair beautifully with that fern. But look at this Solomon seal. I planted this last year. Likes the deep shade. It's starting to bloom. This is the variegated variety. And it's pretty slow spreader. It's a pretty slow spreader with the rhizomes. But I just love it right here. It's just got a little drift. It's one of my favorites. We've got some wintergreen interest with that yew in the back. The deer didn't touch it. And then look at this Ligularia. Love this one. It can handle a little bit more sun. The leaves will get a little darker in the sun. But I just love that big bold leaf. Some more of the hydrangea. And then right here is my snake root. So cannot wait to show you this one when it gets bigger and more established, because it's gonna give me such a beautiful spiky bloom in the late summer in this shady spot. And then it kind of drifts in with some more of that darker color. Oak leaf hydrangea. Likes the shade. Look at the leaves on that. So pretty. My chickens are getting excited about this video. I can hear them just squawking like crazy. Oh my goodness, look at this columbine. I planted 3 plants and it is just, this is the Nora, and I like that it's naturalizing. It's easy to remove, but it does drop seed and spread pretty vigorously. Got our bleeding heart, another shade loving plant. Got 3 of those. One right there, one right here, one right here. Gonna give me spring blooms, and then the oak leaf will give me some late summer to fall blooms, and these will get some yellow blooms. But look how pretty everything is looking. The allium, they're gonna start popping here too. My ladies mantle, so this fall I'm gonna lift them and divide them and let them go crazy in here, because they're such a great companion plant to the alliums. So this one I should be able to get at least 5 plants out of. They're gonna get some beautiful chartreuse blooms. I love the way the raindrops just settle in on there. then we've got the red forest pansy redbud. It's really happy right here. It's gonna get these maroon leaves. They're heart-shaped. You see that? Look at that little heart. We've pruned it and kept it shaped nicely. And then over here, got my cute little bench. We've got some iris. This is the Immortality White that's gonna pop out. It's a reblooming iris. And then I just planted this area up. My ginkgos are awesome. Beautiful golden buttery color in the fall, but look how fun these leaves are. I've already shown you these before, but they're doing super good. One of the toughest trees you can plant in a hot, dry, lots of pollution tolerant type tree. It's just really great. And then we've got the Proven Winners Rose of the Year. I planted these last year. The Oh So Easy Peasy. Got 5 of those. They're a magenta pink. Put in some lamb's ear. Then we've got some poppies. Just planted 7 salvia. We've got catmint in the back. Catmint. Some more salvia right here. Salvia. And I'm waiting for some geranium to come in the mail to fill in this mass. I'm gonna put some lupin. But I just love the salvia, catmint, roses, lamb's ear, and geranium together. It's hard to beat. And over here, look at my climbing rose, Lady of the Lake. It's just taken off. 3rd year, it's finally taken off. Pruned it pretty heavily. And it's wrapping just nicely around the obelisk. I haven't tied anything or done anything to it, so the obelisk is enough structure for it. Some more of that lamb's ear that will fill in. I already showed you my tulips. I had a tulip video recently, but we'll do it again because I just can't get enough of these tulips. The pink forget-me-nots have gotten a little bit bigger too, so still plenty of tulips to enjoy. Been giving me a lot of interest for a long time. And that's the Chinatown. Okay, let's walk up here back to my other Lady of the Lake. This is a little bit shadier right here, and it's just taken off a little bit more than the other one, but last year it was slower, so I'm surprised with how much it's just making leaps and bounds progress this year. Some more of that lamb's ear and some barberry. This is a smaller variety. It's a mini maroon barberry. I'm gonna put a conifer right here. We trellised up our blackberries finally. That was one of the projects we did just recently. These are the semi-trailing, beautiful blackberry variety. It tastes so good. I can't remember the name of it right now. This area is a mess. I'm still working on a project. I have 3 Beru roses from Dave Austin that I've got to put in the ground, so I've got to finish painting these. This area is quite wet, so I'm putting in some, see how boggy and wet that is? So I'm putting in Japanese iris and this variegated, or this chartreuse dogwood. It's the neon. Isn't that so pretty? And it can handle a lot of moisture. I have dogwoods all over my river and they really like it. So I think that color is gonna be beautiful next to my pink roses. So this is a mess back here, still haven't gotten to it, but I planted 13 bare root Dave Austin roses in here. So this is my cutting garden. I will show you a rose garden tour when I feel like it. I feel like it's the right time. Lots of tulips that naturalized this year. Didn't think I'd get this many. Didn't think they were gonna naturalize, but apparently some of these varieties are naturalizing tulips, like this purple one. Don't know what it is, but these have been great for cutting and bringing inside. Look how fun this pluot tree is. So it's a mix of apricot and plums, and it's gonna produce a lot of fruit this year. Absolutely delicious. But I just think the shape of it, the way my husband has pruned it, is to perfection. Okay, let's head back to the back porch of my house right here. This is still a work in progress, but my husband built this pergola 3 years ago. It's absolutely amazing. We love it. And then right here, I've got some Bill Wallace geranium. They have the most dainty, cute flowers. So I'm gonna lift these up and divide them and pair them with some peonies when that time comes. That's another one of my favorite geranium varieties. Look at this one. Isn't she so cute? And then we've got some, this is a variegated brunera, which should be in shade, but it's not. It's right here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. And then I've got some firelight tidbits that I've got to put in the ground. These are a dwarf variety of hydrangea, paniculata. They're gonna do really well. They're one of your smallest ones. They get only up to 2.5 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet tall, and 3 feet wide. So we don't have a lot of space. These are the perfect ones to plant, and you won't have to worry about them drooping. I just love this one, and they do really well here. They can take the full sun. Just make sure you keep them moist and give them some nice fertilizer, compost. Some more of those tulips that I highlighted recently. These were my winter containers. They're taken off the coral bell, Spoxley euonymus. The labelle opaque tulip is this one that I just cannot get enough of. The merlot, and then the black hero is starting to pop up. Then this area is brand new. To show you this area. One last look at these. I'm gonna make people sick of me because I keep sharing these. They're my absolute favorite tulips I've ever planted. My favorite color combination. They just last forever. And then this year we added a hot tub. We've got some lemony lace that I'm gonna be planting right over here. Does get enough shade. They want a little shade, so later in the day it shades this area. So we put one in the garden box. I'm gonna put 2 of them right here. And then I just wanted to show you these cute brick pavers. Isn't that so cute? And then right over here, this is, I wish I could remember the name. This is a dwarf Japanese maple. Only gets about 5 to 6 feet tall, maybe up to 8 feet tall and 4 to 5 feet wide. Then we've got a Japanese juniper. Just gonna crawl over. And so this area is just such a fun place to hang out. And I just took away a lot of weed issues right here. Then right here, the Carl Fuchs just loves this spot. It's the north side. It does get probably 4 to 5 hours of sunlight, but then the willow comes and shades it. And it's just putting on so much growth. I have fallen in love with this tree. And then I still have some more tulips waiting to pop out. They're taking forever because it's a little bit shadier. And they're these cute white lily ones, so I'll have to update on that. And then the goom. Oh, I love goom. Look how cute this one is. We've got a mass of those that are just filling throughout here. And then when they're not blooming, which they bloom a long time, I just love the texture of the leaves. Isn't this stunning? The black mondo grass and that orange color. So things are coming along. Starting to feel and see a lot of the reward of all this hard work. Got a climbing hydrangea. It's gonna climb up over this entire wall. North side, lots of shade. Probably won't bloom as much, but that's okay because I have 2 other ones. Climbing rose, Lady of the Lake, that was planted last year. The boxwood hedge is looking great. I extended it a little bit and got some incredible hydrangeas, but these boxwood are on this west side and they get shade most of the day, 3 hours of sunlight on this west side in the afternoon, and then it's shaded again. And then right here, a climbing hydrangea. So I didn't realize my last one wasn't getting water back here, so it dried out. So I had to get another one. Make sure I'm gonna give it some supplemental water in the fall and the early spring when our secondary water is shut off. And then I will climb up this wall. And then right here, this is the Lady of the Lake. It gets a lot of sun. I planted that one a lot later, but that one is more shady. It will get enough sunlight, but it's not gonna be like this one. That's why that hydrangea will kind of fill in. But this one's taken off. I did add some wire right here, so this is what I'm gonna do to keep it, to tie it to the wall, is we put some little anchors right here. I don't know what they call this wire. And then we have another one up there. So that will allow it to stretch. My husband made these awesome garden boxes. I've got to repaint it a little bit. So doesn't that look great? And the pansies, we're gonna landscape this flower bed this year, hopefully. And then the pansies are starting to fill in. They actually smell pretty good. I already showed you my tulips right here, but they're so beautiful. It's hard not to share them again. These container pots are sad. We had to remove some tulips in that project in the back, and I thought maybe I could transplant them. They did not do well. And so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there yet. Some more of those beautiful Menton tulips. And then the pansies. So I think that is, oh nope, I forgot to show you one last area. The Angelina sedum just takes off and spreads like crazy. And it has winter interest. It stays orange in the winter time. It's a sedum ground cover. Okay, we'll finish off with this East flower bed that I just planted. This is my glossy buckthorn, which is awesome. It is a columnar deciduous tree form, and it just is so happy right here. It gets a lot of sunlight, and it doesn't really have any flowers or any blooms. It gets these tiny little white blooms, but it's just a really nice tree for creating a privacy hedge. It's happy right here. It gets quite a bit of water, and we've added a lot of compost, and we've pruned it a few times, but it's grown this quick in about 3 years. It's gone from 3 feet to like 8 feet in 2 or 3 years. We've got some Norway spruces right here. My hyacinth is starting to fade, so it doesn't look very good. Cut those back here in a little bit. I'll remove these. But this was the Gypsy Queen. It was so pretty. And then this is a flower bed I just put together. We've got our Jack Frost Brunera. These are all really deep shade lovers, and they'll bloom nicely for you in the deep shade. These flowers have been out for probably 3 weeks now. That foliage will give you some nice interest. I planted some Sun King Aurelia, some Astilbe hostas, some Bleeding Heart. I'm so glad to have the white ones too, along with those pink ones I showed you. I love Bleeding Hearts. As a child, I just loved looking at them. My mom used to plant them, and I'd be playing with them and just enjoying them while other kids were out doing something else. But Bleeding Heart, and then this is a dwarf form of the Astilbe. So it only gets about 12 inches tall, 12 inches wide, but this area only gets about 3 hours of sunlight. And so I needed some really deep shade lovers. So this Sun King Aurelia will get about 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide. Kind of looks like a shrub when it grows, but it's a perennial. And it's gonna be a little bit more limey green in the deep shade. Part shade, it will stay a little bit more yellow. So I have 3 of those. Great companion plants, the Bleeding Heart and hosta. I divided that Brunera behind me. This Jack Frost variety is a little bit more compact. So I added 1, 2, 3 over there to pair with the Bleeding Heart and hostas. And last but not least, some more Astilbe. So this is gonna be pretty when it fills in. 2 to 3 years, it's gonna be full. So they're all fast growers. I've got this beautiful Japanese maple that's just so happy here. Lots of shade, a little bit protected. It's taken off this year. This is the 3rd year. And then underneath it, we've got the hellebores that come out mid-March, and then they'll keep this interest for the gardening season in this deep shade spot. But the foliage is just nice and big and bold, and they're just really tough. They can handle the dry shade, the moisture, whatever you give it, and lots of shade. So I'm really excited about this flower bed. I hope you guys like this tour. Let me know what you would like to see, some things you're interested in. I had a lot of fun sharing all of my flowers with you. It's such a passion of mine. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.